Meaty.
And now, an interview with a hot girl who does stuff on the internet.
This is a hot chick that does stuff online. Leah McKendrick did this.
And all you'd ever hear me say is how I picture me with you, yeah. That's all you'd ever hear me say. But since you've been gone.
Leah, can you tell the audience a little bit about the clip we just saw?
Yes, that was a sneak peek of my new web series, Destroy the Alpha Gammas. It is about two sororities at war. It's a little bit like Revenge of the Nerds or The House Bunny meets Glee. Ooh. We are premiering on August 15th, so look out for it.
This project was your baby. Your sort of, you birthed it.
I birthed it.
How
Between my legs. Out it came.
You're like, dag. How did you?
Just like that.
It was just like that. That must have been difficult because
that was many people's babies. It has many mothers and many fathers at this point. Well, when I got knocked up with the idea, it was because I had never done a musical for film, and I always wanted to. And there really aren't a lot of projects. Like I really haven't had many auditions for projects of musicals on film. Probably because it's such an undertaking. It's so much work. You need to do pre-record the music. I wanted to do a musical. I felt like I had no excuse not to just do it myself because I've worked with so many people in the music industry being a singer. Like I have my choreographer and my producers, and I just felt like I wanted to create something that I could be in, my friends could be in, because I have so many performer friends that are triple threats, acting, dance as well. So I just wanted to do that, and I knew what did I have at my disposal. It needed to either be in apartments, right, or in houses, because that was how I could get away with not having to shoot on locations.
And then you guys actually were able to shoot at a sorority.
We were.
Which is pretty amazing.
Yes.
That you were able to get that location.
Totally.
And then there were sorority girls that were there.
Real sorority girls in their natural habitat. You probably might not notice, hopefully won't notice when you watch the series, but it is actually both sorority houses were shot in one house. So we cheated thanks to our amazing art department led by Nicole. You can't really tell that it's just one house, but it was such a huge house that we were able to cheat a lot. We got really lucky, and I hadn't ever planned to shoot in a real sorority house. I thought we would shoot in like Sarah's house and my boyfriend's house.
So you got to work with Scott Brown on this project, which was pretty exciting.
Totally.
What was it like working with Scott? He's obviously done a ton of internet stuff and has been nominated and won lots of awards.
Right.
Is very well known and loved in the web community. So.
Right. People don't really know that Scott's a huge asshole.
Scott, I hope you're watching this.
I love Scott. I mean, Scott, I feel like he's such a collaborator, and from day one when we approached him with the project, I had no idea how perfect he really was, because he was actually a frat boy.
How did you know this is what you wanted to do? Did you just always grow up singing? Were you always just sort of like performing in front of people?
Yeah, I don't think there was ever a moment that I knew. I think I always knew. I remember being like 4 and saying, talking about being a performer to my dad, and my dad, I asked him if I guess it was my first realization that you had to get paid for a job. Like I had to make money to pay for things. And I said, do actors and singers get paid? And he said, I'll never forget, he said sometimes they get paid really well. They can actually make a lot of money. And I was like, ding. And from then on,
and then you moved to LA.
And then I moved to LA and realized he lied, that we do not get paid. But I didn't know until I was older that I actually came from a generation before my parents, from a long line of performers.
Really?
My grandpa was an actor. My grandparents, my grandma, and my grandpa met on Hollywood and Vine while he was casting a musical that he wrote himself.
Which side? Your dad's side?
My father's side. And he cast my grandma, who was like a new singer, actress in Hollywood, and he cast her, and they, fell in love and got married and had my dad and my aunts, and I never knew that until I was older, so I feel like it wasn't it wasn't that crazy that they birthed a little half Nicaraguan, half white girl that wanted to be a singer and actor, but I think they never told me that until I was older, kind of.
They were like hoping. So if you had one piece of advice to give to young actresses and producers and writers out there, what would be one piece of advice?
I would say, if you build it, they will come. I would say that
Meaning a baseball field.
Meaning a baseball field. You need to build a baseball field, and
we're building a baseball field.
Kevin Costner will come. He will be there.
This is called the Meaty Grind.
It is? I thought I was on Jay Leno. Wait a minute.
You're like, where's Jay?
Fuck.
Let's try this again. This was called the Meaty Grind. Leah, not Jay Leno.
Oh, wait, are we doing this again? Okay, wait, you're gonna
Okay, you ready? What's your favorite kind of meat?
Bacon.
Oh, yeah.
I read a quote that said, if you don't love bacon, the terrorists win, and I completely agree with that. I think that was well said.
Leah, are you ready to play Hot Meat of the Week?
Hot Meat of the Week.
Woo! Amanda Bynes.
Ah, crazy.
President Obama.
Awesome.
Beyonce getting her ass grabbed. Graduation season.
Yay! You get to pay all of your utilities alone. Forever.
Leah, that was the Hot Meat of the Week!
Hot Meat of the Week. You know what you got there? You got some hot meat.
Guys, thank you so much for tuning in to my interview with the very lovely
Leah McKendrick.
Remember to check out our new content on Tuesdays. This is the Meaty Grind. I'm your host, Sarah Fletcher, and remember what Mama says.
Leggings are not pants. They are not.
Do it again, but do it. Do